Hey, what's going on, everybody? Derek here from Right to Fitness, coming at you with another fit tip under 10. Today's tip is all about the number one macronutrient, the best macronutrient for burning fat. And I think it might surprise you because it seems to be the number one nutrient that is the most deficient in all of our clients. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Here we go. Fit tips under 10, the best macronutrient for burning fat, brought to you, of course, by Right to Fitness. So before we get into it, you're probably lost already. Maybe not. Maybe you've heard the term before. What is a macronutrient? Macronutrients are the nutrition components of food that the body needs for energy and to maintain the body's structures and systems. But what are they? That's the big question. What is a macronutrient and what are they made up of? They're made up of three types of foods: proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. I'm sure you've heard them all before. Lots of stigma surrounding these three types of food groups. Lots of fear, lots of information, lots of misinformation surrounding all of these, specifically carbohydrates and fats used to be. But what I want to talk to you about today is, what does that mean, right? What does it mean to have these macronutrients and why are they so important? Basically, these macronutrients provide us with our total amount of calories consumed each and every day. The amount of calories consumed from each of the macronutrients, protein, carbs, or fats, or all three, varies depending on the ratio of which you consume these macronutrients. So the amount of protein you eat, the amount of fats you eat, the amount of carbs you eat, all go into the same pot to provide you with the total amount of calories that you're eating day to day, week to week, month to month, whatever the case may be. So which is the best for burning fat out of protein, carbs, and fats? The winner is protein, baby. And I'm going to sound like such a typical meathead, right? This isn't a video for me to just say eat more protein. Well, it is, because we want you to eat more protein. I'm going to explain exactly why, but you've heard it so many times before, and I'm sure protein has been associated at one point throughout your life with meathead bodybuilder guys or meathead bodybuilding women. Here's the thing. Everybody needs protein, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Regardless of gender, regardless of what type of activity you're doing, we need protein for so many different processes in the body. But today's focus is, why is it good for burning fat? So why is burning protein good for burning fat? Well, I'm going to tell you. First and foremost, it satisfies and it saves calories. Protein is important because it helps you feel fuller longer. Having protein at each meal will slow down digestion, which will make us feel more satisfied and less likely to go back for seconds. So it makes you feel fuller longer and more satisfied. And this can help you to build great momentum with keeping your calories where they should be without feeling deprived, so you can see consistent results week to week. It keeps you from overindulging, and it keeps you from going back for seconds, especially when you're feeling full. And sometimes when you get that carbohydrate meal, even though you feel full, you still want those foods. You still go back for those foods. Protein eliminates that. Eating enough protein helps to normalize all of that. Number two, it curbs carb highs and lows. Pairing protein with carbohydrate-rich foods helps to slow down the absorption of sugar from your stomach and into your bloodstream. This will help to keep your blood sugar from skyrocketing and prevent you from energy crashing. So no more of that 2 o'clock slump feeling after you've had that carbohydrate filled meal where you feel like you just need to take a nap. This will also help to curb future cravings of sugar and carbohydrate dense foods later in the day. So pairing protein with carbohydrates helps to slow things down, but it helps to prevent and slow the absorption of sugar from your stomach and into your bloodstream. Not prevent it, of course, that's always going to happen, but it slows it down so you do not have those peaks of energy surges and crashes. It'll help to normalize everything. Number three, you burn calories just by eating it. Yep, you heard that correctly. Just by eating more protein, this will actually help you burn more calories as your body simply digests it. This is known as thermic effect of food, otherwise known as TEF, which is the energy we use to digest food into small absorbable components. Protein has a higher TEF compared to carbs and fats, meaning you will actually burn more calories just to process and digest it than the other two. And this is why we always encourage our ladies to eat more protein, because just eating more protein, your body is going to burn more calories just to digest it, just to process it. Your body burns more calories just to do that, as opposed to carbohydrates and fats. So you're going to be burning, you're going to get that extra calorie burn just by simply eating it. It fuels fat burning. So this is the key fact that we want to get across to you all is, yes, the beginning of this presentation, I said, what is the best macronutrient for burning fat? This is exactly why. Protein fuels fat burning. It is a proven fact that your body cannot effectively burn and use fat as energy if it does not have help from either carbohydrates or protein. As you lose weight, your body loses both muscle and fat. In order to prevent muscle loss, otherwise known as toning, it is especially important to eat enough protein in your diet to maintain muscle. Having enough protein coming from your food will encourage your body to target fat loss while preserving your very important toned muscle, which is calorie burning itself. So having a sufficient amount of muscle, you will burn more calories at rest as well. And we're going to go over that and give you a little insight, a little spoiler alert into the next one. But here's to sum this all up. As you go into a calorie deficit to lose weight, what needs to happen is obviously you're eating less calories. The body doesn't care where those calories come from that it needs for energy. And when you're in a calorie deficit, it seeks it out from your current body reserves. And that is body fat, which we want to lose, and muscle, which we do not want to lose. If you're eating a carbohydrate or fat-rich diet and less protein, what happens is the body can actually start to eat the muscle away. And that usually, yes, the number goes down on the scale, but what the result is typically is that soft feeling. Yes, you've lost weight, but you're not as toned, not as firm as you would like to be. So to prevent that, what we need to do is eat more protein, bump that protein up so that you can preserve the muscle you have, the toned, hard muscle that you have, that you've been working so hard to achieve, and burn off the body fat around it. But that comes from eating sufficient amount of protein to supply the amino acids that those muscles need to stay where they are and to continue to tone and build so that the body can burn the fat off that you want it to burn off. And finally, protein helps build and tone muscle. But wait, let me ask you a question. Why do you think that men typically lose weight faster than women? It's because they have more muscle on average naturally than women. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism is while at rest, which means more calories burned day to day. So when you exercise, especially after intense bouts, your muscles need amino acids for repair. These come from proteins and will help you to recover properly. When you combine sufficient protein consumption with regular exercise, most importantly strength training, your body will begin to grow lean, sexy, toned muscle, giving you the defined physique you're after. The more lean, sexy, toned muscle you have, the higher your metabolism will be, and you'll be able to burn more calories even while resting. This is what having a higher resting metabolism means. So this is why you always hear that men lose weight faster. It's not because they're genetically gifted or that it's just a gender thing. No, it's because they have a higher amount of muscle mass compared to women naturally. So because they have a higher amount of muscle mass, their resting metabolism is much higher and they're burning more calories at rest. It's not about eating less and trying to do tons of cardio. What you need to do is make sure you're fueling your body properly. So instead of burning just the number, burning weight, the goal here is to preserve your muscle mass so you can show off that lean, sexy, toned figure and burn off the body fat that's around it. And that's done by increasing protein and eating a sufficient amount of carbohydrates and fats, of course, with protein. So let's recap. It satisfies and saves calories. It curbs carbs, highs and lows. You burn calories just by eating it. It fuels fat burning, and protein helps build and tone muscle. So ladies, next step for you would be to go out there, start increasing a little bit of protein. Start small, increase every single day. You don't need to go and eat a whole chicken for dinner. You got to make sure that you are starting small and you're building momentum, building consistency. And once you build that consistency, you will start seeing consistent results. And that's what we're all about here at Right to Fitness. So that's it for me, ladies. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. There will be plenty more to come after this one. Please hit that like and subscribe button down below. Check out our other videos, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.